Okay, so for this tutorial, I'm going to switch to using Twee, which is a text-based format for writing Twine stories. This is my preferred way to use it. I don't really care about the graphical map, and it really bugs me, like constantly like clicking back and forth between this passage and that passage, and this way they're all kind of right here. Your mileage may vary, but the basic thing here is that a line, oops, I am not focused on that. A line like this that starts with two colons is a new passage, and if we put tags, say sticky card, they go inside square brackets. And because you can't have spaces in your tags, rec product, whatever, rec driving, you can just separate them by spaces. So you sometimes want to let players know that a storylet exists, even if they can't currently access it. You might want to give them something to work towards, or just let them know that there's more to the story that they haven't seen on this playthrough. And you could totally do this with two separate cards, one that has the cover or the menu item part, and another that has the actual content. But with Twine's editor, that it's just more passages. It's kind of tedious to have to do that. So I've set up some tools to let you put both parts in a single passage. So for example, let's say that you encounter a scary beast, and you can either back away slowly or you can play dead and hope that it doesn't eat you. But if your dollar's strength is high enough, and then you have the option to subdue the beast and send it on its way. And we won't show you that option if you're very weak, but if you're nearly strong enough, we'll let you know that you're getting close. So how about you round a bend in the trail and come face to chest with a four-legged monster that has horns like giant spaghetti servers. Or should that be antlers? Whatever they are, it shakes them angrily at you. And then we're going to include all qbn.cards.sort qbn.alphabetically there, and close the backtick, and then we're going to cover box. So I've made two new widgets. Let's see, e./widgets. Sure. Oh, I need to save this. Let's see, where's cover? Nope, cover. There it is. So this widget here is, we set this QBN cover variable to true, and then we include the card, and then we unset it, and then the content one checks if it's available, and then it clears the cover variable and includes it. And then if you're this remove card says if it's not a sticky card, then take it out of the deck. So basically all we're doing is we're setting this QBN cover variable. And so what that means is that wasn't what I wanted to do. What that means is that in our thing, we can just make an if statement to see which part of the card we want to show. And now, in a real game, we would need to set some variables, some story state to exclude the cards that don't apply to the scenario, and we would probably just let the cards show up in a random order. But for this demonstration, we're going to be looking at these same options several times, so it's nice to have them in consistent order. Okay, so now we can write a two-part card. : back away slowly, and we're going to tag this sticky card. And then we say if _qbn_cover, then link contents. This is another macro that I wrote. It will give the name of the current, it'll print the name of the current card, and if all of its conditions are met, it will link to the contents of the card. And note that if you link to a card, there will be no temporary variables set, so no QBN cover, so you'll get the contents. Alright, so then if we cover, then we do that, else we're going to say moving slowly so as not to incite its hunting instincts. You tiptoe backwards until you can no longer see the beast. And we're going to put a return link, and we'll just let it say return, that's fine, and then we're going to close the if statement. Alright, let's And as you can probably see over here, I have this watching it, so it's going to rebuild it every time we save. So if I save this, oops, we had an error. Left square bracket. Oh yeah, so it is. There we go. Alright, and that's going to break that, so we need to go up and run this command again. Nope. Oh, it would help if I actually saved the source file. There we go. Okay, now we can go over to the web browser and load this. So we have the back away slowly option. If we go to it, moving slowly, blah de blah, go back. Okay, so now we're going to say, let's make another passage here. And let's leave that C so we can make sure it builds. Okay, another passage. Let's say play dead. Sticky card. Let's get the right bracket this time. If underscore QBN underscore cover. I'm going to link contents. Now you can also, with this macro, you can give it text to show instead of the passage name. So we're going to say play dead and hope it doesn't eat you. Else, the better part of valor is discretion, in the which better part I have saved my life. Falstaff, Henry IV, something, something, something. Let's see. You curl into a ball on the ground and lie motionless. The beast snuffles you, but after a terrifying eternity, it wanders away, leaving you miraculously ungored and untrampled. Return /if. Okay, and so now let's get to the meat of this example. We will add, oh, you know what, let's save this and double check. Builds, no errors. Go over here. There it is, back away slowly. Play dead. Cool. Alright, now. So we're going to make another card that is going to be the one that shows up. So we'll add a story init passage. Let's put that up at the top. Story init. This doesn't need any tags, and we're going to say set $strength to 1. We're just going to keep the number super small for this. And then in the start passage, we're going to say strength : $strength. If it's just a simple variable name like that, you can display it without using a print statement. And then we're going to, in parentheses, we're going to say increase strength, which is going to go back to start, so we redraw it. And then SugarCube has these setter links, so after the first closing bracket, we can put another set of square brackets, and then inside here we can put variable set things. So we say strength to strength plus 1. So this is going to be a link that's going to go back to start. It's going to say increase strength. It's going to go to start, and every time you click it, it's going to increase strength by 1. Okay, so now we can define a card that requires some strength to be visible and more strength for you to see its contents. So we're going to call this very strong. And we're going to tag it sticky card and rec strength greater than or equal to 2. And now that's going to allow us to select the card at all, but what I've done is I've added another kind of tag that starts with also dash, and those also have to be, those are new requirements that also have to be satisfied for the cover to succeed, for the cover, or for the contents to be visible. So we're going to say also strength GE3. So now we're going to say if underscore QBN cover, then link contents, and this one's going to called use brute force. And I also have another macro that shows the requirements, requires, and less requirements. And that's in parentheses. Okay. So if it's visible but we can't access it, we're going to show you the requirements so that you know what you need to do to get there. All right, else, and then now this is going to be the I need a second one there. It's going to be the contents. Let's see. You leap at the beast, screaming wildly, and grab its antlers or horns, whatever. You wrench them to the side, driving it to its knees, and sit on its head. It attempts to get up, but doesn't have the leverage. When it seems properly cowed, you release it, and it saunters off into the brush, trying to pretend that it meant to do that all along. Return link, and close the if statement. So the other thing about this is that also, like, if you put stuff outside of the if statement, it's going to show up in both. And I think I have a macro called card, and then it has a content subtag. So you'd say card and put the cover content, and then you put contents, and then you put the thing. But that's not clear. Like, I don't know. I think this is more clear. That's all it's doing is it's just an if statement. And it's just choosing one of these pieces, and if you put other stuff, it's going to show up both times. Alright, so I think now we can save this, and let's go look and see if it built. It appears to, and we will reload this. And actually, I'm going to restart just to make sure that variable got set properly. Strength 1. So we can play dead. We can back away slowly, whatever. Anyway. Increase strength. So now this brute force shows up. Now see, this is the weakness of require. This is still kind of clunky. It just shows all the requirements. So it says strength to be at least 3 and strength to be at least 2. I need to figure out how to merge those, and you probably like Story Nexus lets you show icons, you know, for the different qualities and stuff. Yeah, I'll get there probably eventually. And we increase strength to 3, then use brute force, and now you can see that we link to it. And there it is. Yeah. What else? I think that's about it. So that's how you show, requirements, and we show covers and contents. And alright, I guess I'm done with this example. Thanks for watching.